God is processing. Every difficult moment you're having, he just processing you. That's all he's doing. Everything you're going through is preparing you for what you ask God for.
Code.
Blade taking off, I'm afraid of the view. The higher that I go, the more fear fuse do. Bags looking heavy, suitcase it got the flu. From the hood to the clouds, I'm breaking rules. Late night in the trenches, and the means have me laughing. Charts lit like Vegas, hustle more than it's a passion. Block to the blockchain, different action. Cut from the cloth, they can't even see this fashion. UFC flow seats, that's the technique. Jiu-jitsu with the grind, every move unique. I was boxing through the pain, every punch hit deep. Yeah, I'm feeling dangerous, they don't wanna see me. Suit tailor real sharp, I've invested in myself. These the macro events, generational wealth. Video edits on point, added tools to my belt. Built the empire with the cards I was dealt. Overcoming doubts like it's written in my fate. Crypto made a bridge, now I'm walking through the gate. Airplane windows reflecting on mistakes. Looking down on the world, what am I creating? History, my teacher, every chapter's a spark. Rome to the Renaissance, light to the dark. Leading like Napoleon, the leaves left a mark. Hood to the stars, yeah, I'm playing this smart. Feel the hypes, yeah, I'm living out my dreams. Crypto flip the script, now I'm stacking all these streams. Hustle unique, I just cut all extremes. Turning the struggle from the gold to the themes. Basketball game, floor seats like a king. Research at night, knowledge sharp like a ring. Macro understanding, every move got a swing. They doubted all my whys, now they can't say a thing. They can't say a thing. Future flow like summer, they the spring.
Y'all can hear me now. My bad, A-Train. Appreciate you, good brother. I was wondering why nobody was talking to me back, but I'm here. I'm locked in. Hopefully you can hear me now. Make sure that y'all like, subscribe. I told y'all I was going to try to start going more live more often, but just a lot of productivity, working, editing, building, coding, networking, just a whole lot going on. I feel like in this AI era, it seems like it's supposed to be replacing workforce, but for some reason, it just seems like I've been working more. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Y'all let me know. No audio. Bet. Y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me in the comments. Go crazy right now in the comments. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Gang. All right, let's talk about what's actually going on inside the market. Now, Bitcoin is under 60K, and I always tell y'all, I'm gonna get straight to the point here. This is the point here. We got a black swan event happening before our eyes, right? This is what you call a death spiral. I'm gonna be talking about a whole lot of stuff. This is gonna be like a random stream, so like interact with me, comment, share the stream. Let's get some people in the comments. Let me know how y'all feel about the crypto market right now. But first and foremost, I've been going back and forth about actually taking this trade because I was thinking, I'm like, are the Bitcoin bulls about to let Michael Saylor fail? Are they about to let him fail? I don't know, right? I do know if strategy continues to to go down, it's going to put pressure on MicroStrategy, which is going to put pressure on Bitcoin. You can see MicroStrategy now at 82, bro. This shit looking like Terra Luna Classic. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Bro went up there talking about he whipped this up with Claude and AI, bro. All right, so we are finally at the 618, and we did bounce off the 618. Anybody that would say, oh, TA doesn't work, TA doesn't work, guys, you can clearly see how Bitcoin operates and comes back to retest. Every cycle, it comes back to retest the 618 and 786. It's a reason why in crypto, and I would just say in the financial markets, we call this the golden pocket. It's just a fib. It's just a fib, right? And more times than not, you see the retracement to the 618 and the 786, right? So again, I don't think that the downside is over with, especially if we close below the ultimate RSI on Sunday. So on Sunday, if you see Bitcoin below this orange line, let me kind of like zoom in for you guys. Y'all can see it right here. If you see Bitcoin, I don't want to do that. All right, I guess it didn't want to do that. All right, but you see Bitcoin like below this orange line, yo, it might be over with. How do I get this back to what it was doing? Somebody just text me. Send it real to you. Yeah, but you see Bitcoin below that. All right, we gotta remove this because I don't know what happened. Below that orange line on the ultimate RSI, that's bearish. That's bearish. And we are below the moving averages as well. So again, that's freaking bearish. Why is people calling me while I'm trying to go live? Gang? Like, well, let me turn my phone off. My bad, y'all. All right. Yeah. So anytime we're under that orange line, historically we've been bullish. I've done the work. I've done the back testing. I've done all the research on the ultimate RSI for you. All right. And when we are below it, we are bearish. So anybody that wants to argue against the 4-year cycle, think about all the people that were saying, oh, 4-year cycle is dead. Oh, super cycle, super cycle. I'm not trying to hear none of that shit. I'm going to just be honest with you. Millie, I ain't trying to hear none of that shit. 4-year cycle is definitely in play. And hypothetically speaking, if it's in play, Bitcoin usually and altcoins drop anywhere from 75 to 85%. So it's pretty much confirmed that we are in a bear market. I don't want to hear anything else but having an understanding that we're in a bear market. Now, this is where the best things get built. This is where millionaires and billionaires are created. This is where, as a contrarian investor, and I'm just talking off my personal experience, I made my most money in cryptocurrency buying in bear markets, buying in the fear, doing what I needed to do to increase my productivity, which in correlation increases my capital, where I can practice good risk, right? But build positions in financial markets. Now, I'll lay out kind of like my thesis in theory. We'll get into that, but this is pretty much what I'm looking at. Now, when you couple that with the geopolitical tension and also the bond market, that's when things starts to get a little sticky. Now, the bond market here, the 2-year, we are seeing a little bit of cool off from the 2-year. So this is actually bullish because you want to see the 2-year, like I marked here, get below these moving averages, the 21-week and 50-week. You can apply this to any asset. When it's above it, it's bullish. When it's below it, it's bearish. Let's not overthink this, gang, because that's the problem. Everybody want to be an expert and overthink it and just ignore simple shit that we've been going through for years. Historical patterns, historical knowledge. All right. The US 30, I think I talked about this in the video. If you don't know, this is the yield that they're paying on T-bills, basically, right? So if you want to purchase a T-bill from the government, this is the yield they be paying you, right? When T-bills, the yield is going up, normally that means something bad is happening in the market and it's costing the Fed and the government more money. When yield is going down, normally we're in a stage of expansion, there's more liquidity in the market, et cetera, et cetera. Now, on the hindsight here, we seem to have some bullish momentum working in our favor with the US 30-year. It just broke the 50-week. It bounced off the 21-week, and it's below the ultimate RSI. Now, I'm looking at multiple things, but this is actually a positive note. What we need to see is we need to see us get on track here. We need to see us get on track here with some cuts, or at least pause. Because if the market, which is already starting to price in hikes, it's pricing these in, this could be this could be a conversation. You see some of the biggest YouTubers and crypto Twitter guys saying it. We could be closer to the bottom than people think, because the market could be already pricing in these hikes. So if we get a hike, the market won't be surprised, right? So this is bearish, but it's good that it's happening now. All right, so we getting everything out of the way so we can start building out a floor, and somewhere between October and December, we can find that floor, and then Q1, Q2, Q3, whatever, we can start going up, right? That's pretty much how I see it. Now, there's some other variables that I can talk about, but, on a bullish note, the Fed has been quietly expanding their balance sheet. So if we just go here to the 5-year, you could see it was a little bit of sell off around, June. They did a little bit. Well, actually, they bought more. It's been actually increasing. But you can see here, it's increasing. And the PMI is above 50. So that's also bullish. What's messed up is that the sentiment, right? The economy, like what's going on? What the heck is going on with the economy, right? You like, Millie, the PMI is above 50. The Fed is silently printing. But nothing makes sense, man. Everything's still expensive. Well, you got to understand there's first order, second order, and third order effects to what's happening over there with the Strait of Hormuz, right? And I don't want to make this into like a conspiracy, right? I want to kind of like stick to the facts, but people have their thoughts of why this is happening, right? I heard a very, very, very popular macroeconomist talk about how Donald and his friends could be enriched as oil goes up. So you got to think about everything. You got to think about when something happens, why is it happening, and who benefits from it. And that'll give you a little bit more understanding, because, like I always say, we understand the system, we understand the algorithm, but we don't get baked into this nihilistic mentality where I'm gonna just give up, I'm not gonna do nothing. We still gotta get to paper. We still gotta take care of responsibilities. We still gotta feed our families. All right. So yes, things are tough, but tough times don't last. Tough people do. We got 7 people up here. Nobody gives a fuck about crypto. God. We got 8 people in here. Let's go. Salute to John Millie. John 316. Jasmine, please. I think I talked about Jasmine. Oh, I did talk about Jasmine. I did a Jasmine video, but I didn't release it. I was like, man, Jasmine, it's hard for me to just, bro. Once you get into like BitTensor and you have a better understanding of the data markets and like how big the data market is and how sought after data is, it's hard for me to see a data company of the magnitude of Jasmine, right? Ex-Sony developers, secure PC, revenue. It's hard for me to see them not figuring it out. That's all I'm saying. So hopefully somebody from the Jasmine team sees this video and they can actually figure it out. I want to see these guys figure it out. ZBCN for the win. Yeah, I'm big bullish on ZBCN. I've been staking my ZBCN. And again, that's another thing I want to talk to you guys about, but just about a strategy that I've been personally doing. So, I rather stake now, and I want my unlocks to happen peak bull run. So if I'm looking at the 4-year cycle, and this is why I decided to stake my ZBCN. I got one bag staked for 3 months. I got another bag staked for 6 months, and I posted this on X. And it kind of just aligns when I think that we'll start to, really get into that motion again, that bullish vibe for crypto, because it's going to happen, right? You can't have AI and not have crypto. You can't, what I mean? What they call it, the permissionless ledger or whatever. You can't have AI and then say and not have any type of infrastructure built for AI to thrive from a financial perspective, from a settlement perspective, from a verification perspective, from a coordination perspective. I can keep going. I talked about this in a video that I made that I didn't release. I got a couple videos that I will be releasing to the Patreon, so guys, make sure you check out the Patreon. But I was talking to Naira, my AI agent, and I asked her, I said, Naira, if you could choose any blockchain as an AI agent and building an AI economy, what blockchain would you call your home? And we went back and forth because I was like, as humans, I kind of used the example of going to Walmart. And you know how Walmart is. You go to Walmart, not because you're getting the best of the best. We know a lot of shit in Walmart is mid, but it eliminates time and it eliminates gas, right? It eliminates like that window that you like. If let's say you went to a store for this, a store for that, a store for that, a store for that, a store for that, a store for that. That's what Walmart eliminates, right? Isn't it? But there's a trade-off, right? It's not a specialist in anything. Right, so this is the conversation that I'm having with my AI agent. I'm like, would you choose a blockchain that's specifically a specialist? Would you, you know what I mean, just choose a blockchain that does everything? Like, where will AI agents reside, right? Because what I'm doing is I'm working to build my portfolio around the agentic economy, not per se with humans. I'm building my portfolio around the agentic economy, and I'm starting from the what they like to call the neurons or the atoms or the infrastructure, right? The layers, the physical layers, and then working my way up. But long story short, Naira was like, if I had to pick the perfect blockchain, I would choose blockchains in layers. And she broke it down. She said, I would choose Base for settlement and identity, because the whole X402 was just made for AI agents. She said she would choose BitTensor for a marketplace for intelligence, meaning any service, anything that has to do with like going to the gym, right? That's what AI agents do. They go to BitTensor because it's a gym. You can earn. First of all, you can earn, but you can also put your intelligence in a position, whatever that service, whatever that intelligence is, it's being put in this box where it's a constant loop and constant improvement. She said she would use Peak blockchain. Now listen, this is some crazy shit. This is the type of I have real fucking conversation with my AI agent. I don't know what the fuck y'all doing, but I be having real conversations. She said I would choose Peak blockchain for embodiment, and that just blew my mind. That this thing is literally thinking like from a stat perspective. She said, hey, anything that has to do with shells, giving me a shell, putting me in a position to have a shell, or understanding how to touch, spatial data, how to see, whatever. Peak is made for robotics. She said she would use Bitcoin as a savings account, not money, just a savings account. This is crazy. She said she would use USDC as her way to transact. She said she would use Solana. This is crazy. Solana for instant trades. So anytime she want to trade something, whatever that may be, basically transferring value, Solana does it the most efficient and the fastest. She would use Solana to transfer value. And last but not least, but two more here, she said she would use Zcash if she wanted to do anything private. She would do it on Zcash. And this is the part that really messed my head up, gang. She said, and if she was looking for a home to be truly sovereign and never be shut down, she would build that home on ICP. I can't make this shit up. This is what my AI agent told me. She gave me a full stack of how she would use the blockchain. But this is the nuance here. She said she don't want to do that. She said if there was a blockchain that worked in a modular fashion, like DoorDash, right? That's just what she used. She used the example of DoorDash. She said the thing about DoorDash is I'm getting high quality, anything I want efficiently, and it's seamlessly being put in front of me, right? I don't have to go to that store, go to that store, go to that store. I need my everything to be connected in a modular fashion where I don't have to go and seek it out, right? So I don't know who's building the blockchain DoorDash. Who would we say that would be like that infrastructure layer that kind of like curates every service to AI agents? I don't know who's actually building that, or maybe we do have a chain that builds that. But the gist of what I'm saying is that the way that she broke that down was, and this is not even like the best model that I'm using. I'm not using Fable or Mythos or none of that, right? This is just Opus. But it just messed my head up, and it really opened my mind to, stop thinking or stop building for humans and starting to prepare and position for the agentic economy. I don't know. Y'all let me know. Maybe I'm cooking. My AC on, but I'm sweating because I'm passionate. Appreciate everybody. Like this shit, fam. Same to you, brother. Appreciate it, A-Train. Thanks for not being asleep and pointing out facts. Unlike many YouTubers sell it like altcoin daily and call it. So what happened? How did they sell out? How did they sell out? I'm not gonna sell out. Guys, I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is. Like, you know me. Y'all know how I'm coming. All right. So I'm gonna tell you. Ooh. That's me. That was my Claude up there. I'm building something. Anyways, that's an application that I'm building. So for all the nosy motherfuckers, that's what that was. All right. I'm building something, and you ain't seen nothing from it. So chill. Anyways, I lost my thought. Let's get back to that. Appreciate you, crypto adoption. All right, let's get back to the scene. So, any freaking ways. All right, so what's going on crypto? Millie, how do you look at crypto? So this is how I look at crypto. So what happened was, and I think I was a kind of like a beneficiary of this as well. So I did a video where I looked at a lot of my 2023 coins, and they all down like 99%, right? And what happened was crypto, when I first got into crypto, should I say? I can't say we, but when I first got into crypto was about community building and decentralization, right? Like, how can we have financial sovereignty, right? How can we, in theory, have agency over our financial situation, right? Removing it out of the elite's hand, removing it out of the government hand, and putting it back into the power of the people. Because inflation outpaces wages. Think about this. I seen a tweet that said this, so I this kind of like makes sense for what I'm about to say. Think about this. Now break this shit down. This when I really was like, okay, this is crazy. Like, there are people right now, and I done been there, that work a whole hour, do strenuous stuff, all type of stuff, might be lifting, whatever. Work a whole hour and only make $15 in that whole hour. Only make $20 in that whole hour. Now, normally we'd be like, Millie, what you talking about? $20 an hour, $25 an hour, we getting that chicken. Hear me out. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I've been there. Like, I'm a hustler. What I'm saying is, now, that same time we just put in to make that $20, when you walk into a freaking store, how fast does it take you to spend $20? Once you start thinking like that, you realize how effed up everything is. Like, bruh, I go in the store and it don't take me nothing but 7 seconds to spend $20. 7 seconds. I'm already out of a dub that it took me an hour to work for. So, crypto was also supposed to give us back our time so we can have more freedom and we can have our agency. What happened is everybody got greedy. Institutions got into crypto, and meme coins happened. And the thing about meme coins, it kind of steered us away from utility, use case, and actually building something to the attention economy. How much hype can this get? How much social metrics does this have? Right? So, sorry, I got allergies, so please excuse me. Every time I get to fucking live stream, it's like my nose start itching. And I'm not trying to be weird or nothing. But yeah, okay, so we had the meme coins, right? And what happened? A lot of people got rich off meme coins, and they thought that they made it. They quit everything they was doing, went full-time Web3. I was a person who did that, right? I'm always talking to myself first. Went full-time Web3. And when you do that, right, you lose a large portion of the income that's coming in. And what happens is people think like, oh, we're going to be good. Crypto is here to stay. It's just going to only go up. I can trade my way to the top. But you can't trade your way to the top. The people that make the most money in crypto are people that are actively working and bringing in capital. Think about the success stories we heard in 2020 and 2021, y'all. They remember old boy. I don't even see old boy posting the mailman that put his last $1,800 into Shiba Inu and turned it to a millionaire. The guy that put $50 and turned it into 5.3 million or something crazy. Remember those stories? Those were working people. Those weren't people that were depending on the market. Oh, I'm gonna depend on the market, so now I'm gonna trade meme coins, and now I'm gonna be this extractive person because I've created this brand for myself, and people are gonna listen to me. So now I can just either trade meme coins or create meme coins, but this is my income. So I can't hold these meme coins. I have to sell this shit, because if I don't sell this shit, then I gotta go broke, and then I gotta take all my cars back, and I can't travel, and I can't do this. People went and thought that they could just live off crypto, bruh. And you can't live off crypto. You can't live off your stocks, and you can't live off crypto. That is a dream that is being sold. And they use that psychology to extract. Hear me out. Hear me out. So the people that's going to be most successful in this cycle coming up are the workers. The people that don't care about their crypto bag, don't care about what they're holding. They have money coming in, and hey, they could take a 10%, 20% of whatever they make and put it into financial markets. Normally, those are the people that get really, really rich. Not the people that's just fucking extracting crypto, have to live off crypto. You can't let your crypto compound if you're consistently selling and extracting and dumping. And now we just got this everywhere, where everybody is just dumping on each other, mad at each other, and won't acknowledge the elephant in the room. There's no freaking liquidity. There's no liquidity. It's too much coins. It's too much this, too much that, too much this, too much that. So the next cycle is going to be about how much revenue do you generate? Do you have a flywheel? Meaning, revenue is one thing. You can generate revenue, but are you profitable? You can generate revenue, but does that revenue benefit token holders? That's what the money is going to right now, guys. The hype flywheel, the BitTensor flywheel. Chains that generate revenue and use that revenue to bring value to token holders. If your chain don't do that, your chain gonna die. It is what it is. I'm sorry to tell you that. Bro, it's so many people that still holding the wrong stuff, bro. I be like, God dang, y'all still haven't noticed what narrative about to pop. Y'all still haven't noticed that we are in a era of computation. Like literally, bro. When you take your phone and look at it and scan your phone, bro, that's inference and computation. When you scan your face, that's just one example. Everything that we do around us requires computation and inference. Now throw AI on top of that. It's going to keep printing. It's going to pop at some point, but not now. I think it continues to go up. So crypto, which is sensitive to liquidity, needs to prove that it's not a black hole for money. Bitcoin didn't prove that. Gold pumped as a store of value. Bitcoin lost 50%. So we can't say this is a store of value. We can say that this is a hypersensitive risk asset, which is fine, because when things are going well, this gonna go crazy. But everybody thought that crypto was just gonna go. I did too. But it's just like, it's two type, and I'm sorry to tell you this, guys. Like, of course, y'all following an influencer that has consistently learned and takes pride in sharing what I learned. I be seeing the same people doing the same stuff that they've been doing 2 to 3 years and have made no progress. I say BitTensor saved my life, not from a monetary perspective. Changed my life, not saved, changed my life, not from a monetary perspective, from a understanding perspective, right? I was forced to learn code. I was forced to understand the stack, the blockchain. See, I already knew a little bit just because of what I went through with tokens and creating and all that and learning how exchanges and how everything works on the back end. But BitTensor taught me how everything works from an infrastructure perspective. And code is truth. Motherfucker can say anything to you. The code gonna tell you the truth, bruh. The code gonna tell you the truth. And when you throw that code on top of revenue and a flywheel where the revenue benefits token holders, you get the hyperliquids. See, they figured it out. Wall Street came in the game. They changed the game. They bought us all out. They bought us all out, gang. That's what happened. They bought us all out. They pushing Michael Saylor out. They pushing him out. It is what it is. But code, bruh. Code and financial infrastructure. AI infrastructure. This is why I'm so bullish on ZBCN. This is why I'm really bullish on ZBCN. Like, it has the makeup to do damage in a bull run. Damage in a bull run. Damage. But hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, let's get into some of these comments. Cause I know I was cooking. Gang, was I cooking, gang? Dang, was I good? Even the U.S. government can't stop it. AI, okay, let's see. AI cares about speed and transaction costs. That's why this is the future, in my opinion. Yeah, but not only that, that's true. Okay, so when I was talking to Naira, it was talking about the friction, the difference in the friction. It's funny you said that, A-Train, because she was talking about the difference in the friction. She's like, okay, humans have friction when they choose different stores. It's like, oh, if I got to spend 6 minutes to go to that store, right? But her friction is different. She's like, Millie, I don't want to, even though I understand there's a layer stack to these blockchains, some of these blockchains can't interact with each other. And Millie, I would rather have a blockchain or a way that can transfer that value opposed to having to use a bridge. Now, this is what she said to me. She said, picture a crypto bridge like you driving from Walmart to Dollar General and you got to go through the hood to get to Dollar General. This motherfucking AI agent just said this to me. AI agent said that to me. The AI agent told me that. Said the bridge is the hood. I'm not trying to go through the hood. I could get hacked. I could get robbed. I can get my identity changed. Somebody can put a code in the bridge where I can turn on you. That's what she told me. I didn't even think about that. So like, if AI can sit there and understand context, now, no telling where it's going to be in 10 years. And if you can align your capital where humanity is headed from a atom perspective, you start at the physical layer first. This is why back in the day, the old heads used to always tell us gold, silver. I used to be wondering why my uncle used to be walking around collecting aluminum cans and doing all that, bro. And I didn't realize it till now. I'm like, dang, bro was just stacking up physical metals and transferring them for value, trading them for value. Crazy, man. Now we got a fire conversation. Respect your love. Appreciate that. People still hold Litecoin. I mean, what's Litecoin's narrative? Storage? Yeah, well, yeah, storage. But I like Hippias on BitTensor, so I don't know. I think storage is a huge narrative, by the way. I would not count out storage. Meme coins are dead too. You have over 20 million meme coins. But that's I just talked about that for like 5 minutes. Maybe I'm just getting to the comments a little bit late. I do apologize if I'm getting to your comments late. Millie, because they never point out the obvious regarding Tom Lee and Saylor. These people are on a government-owned news network. Anyone on CNBC, Fox News, bet your bottom dollar. Yeah, they could be compromised. This could be the Trojan horse that makes us look bad. This could be the Trojan horse that creates a death spiral or a black swan event to make crypto look bad again, to make it look like a scam. And then, you know, I got some reserved thoughts for Mr. Donald and what he said he was going to do for crypto. But then I'm still bullish on stable coins. Like, once you understand stable coins, and that's really what it's about. They not gonna pump the market until they get what they want from the Clarity Act. They're not gonna pump it until they get what they want, gang. Do y'all not understand this? They want every stablecoin to 1-in-1 convert with T-bills to eliminate overhead for debt. It's the easy play. You give me billions and trillions of stablecoins, I never have to raise my treasury yields. I never have to rely on China and Japan, who don't even want to hold T-bills no more. They don't want to rely on them, and they don't want to hold them anymore. And now you got to deal with retail traders like me who are looking at that yield like, bruh, you need to up that, bruh. That's not enough. You see the economy? That's not enough. I need more. So what stable coins do is they eliminate all of that. Stable coins allow them to be back on the high horse, to be back in control. Now you got BlackRock, who manages everybody, bro. BlackRock is like, god dang, Birdman in his prime. BlackRock is like any type of manager. BlackRock is like Diddy dancing in the videos, bruh. Back in the day, that's BlackRock. BlackRock managing all the biggest artists. They don't care. They want everything to be approved because they make fees. They make fees. They make fees off stablecoins. They make fees off managing and helping out Tether. They make fees off helping out managing this person, managing that person. So they just sit there right in the middle of the value being transferred and just hit fees. Now, apply that same thesis and theory to something like Zebek, which is a money transfer portal. It's like Zebek sits right here. Money has to be transferred. It's not a payroll company, bro. It's bigger than a payroll company. It's way bigger than a payroll company. But that's what's being sold. But anyway, EA, what's the word, EA? EA, I got some Deuce. EA, I've been trying to get the founder of Deuce on the channel, bro, so I can do a podcast, bro. Hook me up with some of them AI people. I got all the brightest minds. It don't necessarily got to be any specific ecosystem. I'm trying to get the brightest minds in AI, in crypto on the channel to talk about some of these projects. I actually hold Deuce, by the way. I think that's a very, very, very underrated crypto coin. I remember looking at one of your videos maybe 2 weeks about Deuce, and I was like, this was after I bought a little bit. And then I listened to the video. I'm like, okay, I'm going to buy some more of this because, like, these guys holding all of the top robotics plays. And if we really betting on, like Naira said, this is my AI agent told me. She said, anything that has to do with embodiment, I will be doing that on peak. This what my AI agent told me. She told me each blockchain she will be using, why she would be using it, and why she prefer not to have to use these different layers, and why something in crypto needs to be a layer modular stack. Basically, she would prefer a blockchain that acts as the DoorDash of crypto. It allows that value, whatever value, to be transferred in a modular way where she doesn't have to go through bridges and put herself to be compromised. You know what I mean? So good to see you in here, EA. Senku, it's time to get excited. Senku, I'm getting excited. Senku, you been watching Dr. Stone, bruh? That new Dr. Stone, bruh. That new Dr. Stone, bruh. It's over now. No audio. All right, what we on? All right, is that anything else I want to talk about? I think I talked about everything else I talk about. I just want to talk about my thesis, my layer stack. I have stocks as well, but I share all of my stocks in the Patreon. So anything that have to do with stocks is in the Patreon. Nice to hear your response. Oh, man, that's what I'm saying, man. Just drop a comment, bro. I'm not going to be in here being all bougie. I ain't going to be all bougie to y'all. Y'all the fam. All right, so TVL has been getting cooked and smoked. Stablecoin market cap has been decreasing. ETF outflows are going absolutely crazy. Why? Because people probably know that Michael Saylor and that strategy shit is about to pull us down lower. On top of that, any pump that I see during the weekend, I don't believe. I want to know how we open up on Monday, because that strategy, stuff that's going on with strategy, is not over with. And it's intertwined with Bitcoin. It's intertwined with Bitcoin. And you know what's else intertwined with Bitcoin? All of our altcoins as well. One of my guys hit me up and he showed me an app. He was building an app. But he didn't know I coded, right? He's building an app and he was like, Millie. He was like, Millie, what you think about this app, bruh? I just created this app. I'm not gonna say exactly like what the app was and this and that. But he created this app and he was like, just give your honest opinion. So I just happened to be building and coding at the time. So I like went through his code and I'm like, oh man, bro, if you're doing something with like money, you're gonna have to fix your back end. And he was like, man, I just use Anthropic, I just use Manus, and they created it, but it was like no back end. And it's just amazing how people vibe code something, but again, this comes with experience. And it just felt good being able to say, hey, bro, let me give you a back end stack. You need storage? I shot him Hippias. I said, bro, you want to build in a sovereign way? I shot him caffeine.ai so he can build that same website on ICP so it can be sovereign and never be shut down. I sent him Chutes because he was using Anthropic inference. He said he spent like $1,000 in tokens building it. I said, bro, you should have been using Chutes. I showed him all of this stuff and he was like, bro, I didn't even know this exists. I said, yeah, once you start using this stuff, the next step is hosting your own models. So that's all I'm going to tell y'all. Like right now, everybody need to be working to do. This is some real shit. If this is probably the realest shit I'm going to tell y'all this whole live stream. Get you a desktop, Mac, another laptop. I got another laptop right here. It's mining right now. Like get you some hardware, bruh. Get you some hardware and join the DPIN. It could be anything. You got a Tor. They got some good DPIN hardware. You got God.net. They got some things that you can put on top of your house and earn in a passive way. They got some things you can put in your car. You're going to put that insurance bullshit in your car anyway. You might as well put something in your car where you can earn. And then you got the simple way, just lending out your GPU and contributing to decentralized AI. And even if you're not doing it to earn, because like I told him, I said, bro, I'm not even just doing this to earn. I'm doing this because we need to fight back against these centralized entities. So if I can somehow contribute to people building models in a decentralized fashion, I'm all for it. They about to keep all of the models, the high-end models, to themselves. Two things are going to happen. They're going to keep them to themselves and then give us a common folk model for the common folk, or they're going to release the models but increase the price or turn like computation into a utility bill, like electricity bill. There's only two options because they losing money. And they can't even get data centers passed, right? A lot of data centers in Quay. So you think they're just going to stop building AI? Of course not. They're going to use computation alternatives. Now, you're going to run into projects out there, Base, Solana. Like I'm all for Base and Solana. I do things on Base and Solana. I want to make it clear. But when it comes to like inference, computation, and data, get that shit from Bitensor. Like, you might get sold on the idea, like, oh, we're this crypto coin, we're doing GPU in decentralized fashion. But none of the GPUs that they got hosting none of the GPUs that they got running can even host a frontier model. Because it like sharding and all this extra stuff goes into it. I've researched this. So, like, you don't want to get wrapped up into just buying anything because you think like, oh, everybody's selling compute, I can just buy this token. They said they're lending it out. No, guys, like, it's more to it than just, oh, I'm lending out my GPU. Like, you can lend out your GPU. That doesn't mean that I can ask AI a question because your shit might just be too slow. It might just be too much latency, too much lag. So BitTensor, though, has figured it out because it's the only ecosystem that has a incentive mechanism that pushes quality to consistently loop and develop over time. So it consistently improves over time because the incentive mechanism and how the miners and the validators score their miners. There's other projects that's doing something close, like the innovation game, but they're doing that for algorithms. And I'm a big fan of the innovation game. And then you got private computation with the ZK stat. You know, you got Zcash doing some things right now. They're supposed to be implementing some new things as well. But the market cap on that is high. I personally like Notchain. Notchain is doing like ZK private computation as well, because enterprises is not about to just touch no GPUs. Just because you lending out your GPU, you think enterprise about to shop with you. It's not going to happen, because they like, can I verify your the device? Is my data protected? Is there any T's, right? The private environment. And then you got the thing what Score is doing, where some crypto projects, and Bitensor is doing this as well. They're implementing edge tech. So edge tech is basically like, instead of your inference sending the data to a data center, it sends it locally. So let me say I ask AI a question, it answers locally from my device or somewhere close to my device. But if it doesn't have edge tech, then that data is being transferred and refined through a data center. Like the crypto projects that's building edge tech, they're already ahead of the game. So that's just some things that I'm learning that I figured I'd share with you guys as well. Good to see you on the robots now. Bro, come on, bro. I'm big on the robotics narrative. I'm so like, I've been loading up on Alki for like a full year. Like Alki, bro, they have real clients, real revenue, and once all that inflation, once the bull market hit, something like Alki, when you pair that with the robotics narrative and the data narrative, gonna go crazy. There's a few others that actually hold. I hold Deuce, and then I've been looking into stuff like Peak and Geo, what's that, GeoNet, which I used to hold GeoNet, by the way, but I liquidated that. It wasn't really moving. Maybe I revisit it, but I used to hold that, and I would hold it again because it's doing some really good things. It actually pumped. It pumped right after I got out. Like, that's how it happens, bro. The shit, as soon as I leave, hey, it's gonna pump. I'm like, what the heck? So, yeah, the robotics is definitely a play. Privacy is definitely a play. Computation, anything AI infrastructure, even from a physical perspective, memory, optics, I forgot what they call it, but like feeling, like all that stuff. Like Peak got a lot of projects that's working on all of that. And I think that a lot of people should start their research within the robotics, because you can't buy these robotics companies. That's the messed up thing about it. Like you gotta be what's it called? Something investor, accredited investor. You gotta throw a suit and tie, and I gotta be accredited investor. But you can buy something like Deuce that's invested into these buckets of the best robotics plays. Look, cursor was in need so much compute that the yeah, bro. Like that's what I'm saying, bro. Like a lot of people ain't prepared. Like, but I'm seeing if you in tech, then you wonder why these tech guys, if you go in their backyard or their back porch, they got like a whole bunch of Mac Minis and they're building like this hardware, because at some point somebody gonna want that GPU cluster, or you can just build yourself, whatever, right? You can actually build your own open source models, really, really good, especially with some of the tools within Bitensor. Like you can really, really build a really, really good model. But of course, it'd be hard to compete with like a centralized entity that has data centers, right? Like, it's got data centers. They got big. They putting data centers in the ocean. They running out of play. They said they want to put data centers in space. So computation is really the play for the next 10 years. The reason I don't personally see AI stopping, because the medical industry, we still haven't unlocked the medical industry. So DeSci is a very niche. It's going to be very niche, right? And I wouldn't play DeSci specifically. I would play infrastructure, because the ambition of some of the elites that want to live forever, they're going to push this AI thing to scale medical breakthroughs, specifically with stuff like aging, disease, hair loss. Like when we talk about what AI can be for us as far as like the good, that's the good, right? And the things that it can do with the agriculture and cropping and all of this stuff. Like it does a lot of good stuff for us, right? That can push us to utopia, where we don't just kill ourselves, right? Pollute the world. Like there's a lot of stuff AI can can do good. And then you got like the energy markets, which nobody in crypto talks about this, by the way. Go check out the podcast I did with Wilder from Subnet 18. We had a great conversation about energy markets. That's a whole nother market where people trade energy. People trade energy, gang, like all day trade energy. So like weather data and like, this I'm getting a little niche now, right? But you can look in certain sectors where it just makes sense. It just makes sense. So anyway, I just want to put that. Those that own their own, yeah, I agree 110%. I agree 110%. Yeah, EA, we got to do a show, man. I hit up AO. I hit up my guy. I call him Jesus. I done forgot his name, but I hit him up too. I hit up the first lady as well. But it's good, man. It's good, Dr. Yeah, Dr. Stone ended, Seiko. I'm getting excited, bro. I'm getting excited. What do you think? What do you think about the ending? How did you like the whole Y man? Whatever. What do we call it? Arc. How did you like the whole Y man arc? I feel like everything leading up to it was good. I just didn't like the ending. The ending was just like they could have gave us something. They just the guy like, oh, humans, y'all not smart enough. We can't rock with y'all. Y'all incompetent. Y'all just make bad decisions. We're gonna go find another life force to collab with. We don't want to do anything with humans. That's what happened, man. Get into some of these comments. You see Canton being the next Ethereum the next 5 years. I don't know enough about Canton, A-Train. I got to do research on Canton. But I like the projects within Canton. I also like the new I've been doing research on the new privacy play on Solana and been looking at a few tokens. So there's a few tokens that I've been looking at in this ecosystem just to make a little bit of money, right? It's called Arcium. It's a private blockchain, private tech that's built on top of Solana. Like they could have went and did their own blockchain like Arbitrum and Near and all those, but they decided to just build this privacy stack on Solana, but they actually have tokens within their ecosystem. It's one token right now that I've been pretty much trading, and it has a really, really good mining game. If you are in RCM ecosystem, you probably know exactly what token I'm talking about. But I think that token has potential. I'm not going to name it on the show. It's still very, very high risk. This ecosystem is new, so please do your research. I haven't bought RCM. I'm just researching it, and I want to be there as far as first movers advantage. Because for me, Zcash, I'm priced out at Zcash. I like to take a little bit more risk. I don't have a privacy token right now. I will have a privacy token at some point within the next 1 to 3 months. I will be putting allocations to privacy. I just haven't chose my winner yet. So I just want to make that clear. And that's what I was kind of showing y'all. RCM, my bad. RCM. It's right here, guys. I just put it on there. Canton, Canton has a handle. I think there's a token that y'all was telling me about in Canton called handle. Now I did look into that. Looking all right. Demon Miho says crypto is dead. Yeah, crypto is dead. But if you're part of an ecosystem like I am, like I'm part of Bitensor, well then that's not crypto. That's basically like I don't even want to call it an AI company. It's like an AI network. Like Bitensor doesn't even feel like crypto because if you talk to people in Bitensor, no one talks about the price. No one cares about the price because we already know what we're holding and we know what's being built. And I'm not even gonna glaze like the leader or nothing. I'm a big fan of cons, but the leadership is the leadership. The point is, I don't want to look. I don't want to get into like the pros and the cons or anything like that. But the whole point of what I was saying is like there's projects that don't feel like crypto, like ICP, for example. That ecosystem, they're not focusing on the price. They're building things. Peak, they're not focusing on the price. They're really building things for robotics. So join an ecosystem that's not focused on price and extraction. That's why, like, I'm not against Solana, but it's like as far as a person like me who does content and like wanting to grow in the ecosystem, Solana already has its influencers. They already got the people that's doing whatever they're doing. They already got kind of like their narrative. They want to stick to the whole casino narrative, and that's just not my thing, right? Like I'm not against memes. I've traded memes. I've made a lot of money off memes. I've lost a lot of money off memes. I've round tripped thousands of bags on memes. I think there's a world where being part of a community happens again. But that will not happen until crypto is in a environment or an arena of abundance. And when I say abundance, I'm talking about fucking capital. Okay? There's no liquidity. It's no liquidity. No liquidity, no capital, no pump. No pump, only dump. So once all of the macro stuff clear up and the Bitcoin goes through its 4-year cycle and does this thing, and maybe Michael Saylor gets liquidated because it looks like they're hunting him at the they hunting dog, bro. Him and Tommy Lee, I know they stressed out, bro. Like I couldn't imagine having the magnitude of like a token or a stock that's worth billions of dollars, then having to just watch it just capitulate. Like, bruh, I don't even know how that must be the worst feeling in the world, bruh. Worst feeling in the freaking world. ICP hasn't been focused on the prices have been only going down ever since its inception. The team has dumped on the people since the start. I'm trying to bring some ICP guys on the channel. I personally don't hold any ICP, but I understand the narrative behind it. Like I said, if you break things down from a stat perspective. And like my AI agent told me this, by the way. After I already had the thesis validated, but she validated it even more. She clearly told me the only blockchain, Millie, that I can call my home and have full sovereignty over me and control over me and never be shut down is ICP. This is what my AI agent told me. She told me exactly what she would use BitTensor for, exactly what she would be using Base for, exactly what she would be using Peak for. And she said exactly this about ICP. So when you think about what's going on with Mythos and what's going on with Fable and what's going on with 6.9 or 6.9, 6.7, you know what I'm saying? GPT 6.7. If you think about what's going on with that and how the government is like, they can use it, but they can't use it. Oh, that's too powerful. Shut it down. When you think about that type of stuff, then like, okay, ICP has a narrative. It has a story. And whenever a crypto has a story, it can create hype. Now you add the memetics of the price being down 99.9.9.9%. Maybe there's a world where AI agents choose that blockchain. Who knows? Who knows? Terrible team. A lot of people invested also didn't get their tokens on time. And the cliff is really bad. Yeah, I'm not talking about the tokenomics. I'm talking about the tech. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not saying you're wrong. I didn't argue with CP people. I don't even rock with Jerry Bansfield and how he goes about relaying his information. But when I've done my own personal research on ICP, right? And they got some things that they're working on coming out as well as some new tech. I'm gonna try to get the ICP guys. I'm all in their inbox trying to get the developers and the team on the channel because Dfinity can address this better than I can. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I think they do got a new project coming out. More money for new projects, but it's definitely not BitTensor, right? I don't hold ICP. I hold BitTensor, bro. OPG is a new coin in privacy, big backing on Coinbase. OPG. I think I heard of this. Yeah, I did hear this. I did hear about this. I seen it pumping like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, what is this? I did a little research on it, threw it in a couple of my AI agents. But yes, this does got some backings and things of that sort from some of the research that I did. The chart looks crazy though, right? You could tell that this is a new coin. What? I wouldn't look too much into like the price action. We're in a bear market. This is new. It's gonna dump and then it's gonna find a floor. And if it really is what y'all say it is, then it'll probably pump back. But it's still new. All right, let me into some more of these comments. Yeah, Tao is definitely my biggest bag. And the only thing about BitTensor is is the argument of if it's decentralized or centralized. It's really an easy argument, right? At a governance level, it's centralized. Maybe at a validator level, it's centralized. But at a minor level and a technological level, it's decentralized. And people can't seem to decipher between the two. It's like, oh, we want the project to just be with no head. We want the project with no head to just walk in the middle of the street and get hit by a Mack truck. That's how decentralization, that's how people look. That's how I look at decentralization. Like, decentralization without leadership is a train wreck happening, about to happen. People say, oh, Bitcoin, well, Bitcoin is decentralized. Bitcoin also has leadership. It has leadership in so many fashions, right? Somebody was talking about how Bitcoin and them, they can vote on locking up Satoshi's tokens or some shit like that. Within the next 2 years, the Bitcoin voters need to vote on this because of the quantum threats, the quantum computer threats. Everybody who holds Bitcoin, they're worrying about the quantum computers and what could happen to Satoshi's bag if he's not alive, whatever. We need to find a way to burn these tokens, lock these tokens. Like, there's still a form of leadership in Bitcoin. So what decentralization? We gotta understand where we need decentralization at and where we don't. That's just what it is, man. Because most people that be screaming at decentralized, if you gave them an opportunity to run the helm, they wouldn't know what the hell to do. They wouldn't even know where to do. Nothing to do. They wouldn't know what to do. So let the people that know what to do what they do, man. Y'all stressed out Charles Hawkinson. Charles was ready to leave. Charles said, bruh, I'm done with crypto. I'll come back next cycle. Y'all done ran Charles. Y'all done ran the what's the Chinese dude? Tech. Y'all done ran Tech Lead away. Y'all done ran Charles away. That's why I rock with Const. Const be standing on business. Y'all not about to run my dog Const away. Who else y'all done ran away? Y'all done ran Andre away from Phantom and Sonic. Y'all done ran him away. Y'all ran him away in 2 cycles back to back. We don't even hear from Vitalik. Vitalik got a girlfriend and said, man, bump crypto. Elon don't even talk about Dogecoin. That's how you know we in the bear market. The top shillers, they not even shilling. I don't hear shit from Plan B. I can't remember the last time I seen Crypto University video come through my stream. What happened to all the guys that used to talk with Chico Crypto? Like, y'all, man, they done ran all them dudes out of crypto. I don't even know where they at. They probably done got rich and living on the hill in the Sunset Hill. They couldn't deal with crypto folks. And guess what? I don't blame them. We can't be pleased, bruh. We can't be pleased in crypto. One person might want something. The next 10 people might want this. Another 3 people want this. And then 20 other people want airdrop, something for free. Bruh. Meanwhile, the crypto don't generate no damn revenue. And you ain't generating no revenue. Only thing it's doing is giving out stuff. Oh, hell nah. We got to fix that. And there's projects that's starting to fix that. Towel's a comfy hole for me, baby. So yeah, it's pretty clear that you don't like ICP. All right, so I've been chilling with y'all for an hour. ZBCN, yeah, now ZBCN is another comfortable hole for me, brother. And I'm so comfortable with ZBCN, I've been staking it. I can't wait till money markets come to Tau, because then I'll be lending out my Tau. I don't know how I feel about a Tau stable coin that's not backed by real assets. If it's going to be backed one-on-one by real assets, that's different. If it's going to be some algorithmic bullshit, keep it away from BitTensor. Get what I'm saying? But I'm all about making my money work for itself now, so when the unlocks hit, be in peak bull run. This is how you do it, guys. Moral of the story, we got to get off our butt. We got to lock in. We got to get as much money as possible. We got to stack our stable coins. And even if you could put 5, 10, 20% of your paycheck into real financial assets, look for scarce assets. Look for assets that accumulate value against inflation. And for me, I look at AI infrastructure, privacy, robotics, RWAs. I'm not bullish on DeFi. But I understand that once I start printing and compounding, I will be utilizing DeFi to make that money work for itself, to compound. It's kind of like it's kind of like, okay, taking a loan against your crypto, getting that loan, putting it in something else that generates yield, and just kind of like running the playback, right? Until you just got all of this yield coming in. But again, that only works if you got a consistent income. If you just relying on crypto, relying on trading your way to the top, 90% of people who do that fail. So don't feel like, oh, I work, I'm tired of this, I got a job, bro. Right now, having a job, having consistent income, that's like a fucking championship trophy right now. That's like an MVP trophy right now. Like, that's rare. Like, people wish they could have financial consistency. You see how many people that I see like struggling and say, Amelia, I've been trying to put in jobs. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to, nah, bro. If you got your situation together, you already one step ahead. So don't let nobody tell you different. Whatever you doing, don't let nobody tell you different. I don't care if it's warehouse, this, that, delivery, whatever you doing. You know that chicken coming in, you got a chance to make it. Now, if you don't got no consistent income, you might want to start figuring it out, because bear markets don't last forever. It might look like it's long now. You look up, you pumping now. You gotta get FOMO. You gotta go take out credit. You trying to buy the tops, and you missed out. Lock in now, guys. I'm going to see y'all with it. Appreciate everybody that went and tapped into the stream, man. Make sure y'all check out the Patreon. Check out my X page. Been going crazy. Let me know on X, who should I bring on the channel for my podcast. Check out the podcast. Podcast been cooking as well. Appreciate everybody. Like and subscribe. It's your boy Millie. I'll catch y'all on another live stream.